Good morning, good morning, good morning. We are back. I told y'all I enjoyed live. I enjoyed going live yesterday, and we are back at it again today. It's Tuesday, but we are on a little bit earlier today because work was absolutely crazy. So I was live while I was at work. If you missed that live, you can watch it. But we're only going to be on for about 20 minutes. And we actually have a message, a specific message for today's live. Yesterday was like just chit chat. Y'all came along with me, spent a little time with me while I was at work. But today we are going to talk about unconditional love. So as I'm actually pulling up my systems for work, the topic for today, the topic for this morning is unconditional love. So I like to read. I enjoy reading, particularly on my Kindle app. And I've been reading, if you are not new to the tribe, I've been reading this book called The Mastery of Self. And I've been enjoying reading this book so much. It's definitely has opened my eyes to a lot. Personally, it has opened my eyes to a lot, and how to really own who you are, how to develop your true self, how to develop your most authentic self and be comfortable in that, be comfortable in recognizing the parts of your life that you've designed, the parts of your life that has kind of been imparted, impressed on you from other people. So the topic for today is unconditional love. And it really aligns with my overall message and purpose of this channel is, to really identify your true purpose so you can reach the ultimate level of happiness and for you to leave your mark on the world. And I stated yesterday in the live that my goal is I want to be better. I want to be better for myself, but it's crazy that I said I want to be better, right? And I have this will to be better. I have a will to be better in every area of my life. So as I'm reading this book yesterday, as I'm laying down, I'm reading a few chapters of the book, and I was like, okay, it's good that I want to be better, but am I operating from a place of fear and wanting to be better? Am I operating from a place of wanting to be accepted to be better? Am I operating out of a place of someone else's view of me that is now causing me to want to do better? Or what is that motivation for me to be better? And am I operating out of unconditional love for myself to want to be better? And I had to think about that. I was like, wow. I came under the realization that I myself was not, or I particularly wasn't operating in unconditional love for myself, right? So if you're just tuning in, we're talking about unconditional love, particularly as it aligns with wanting to be better and do better for yourself. So I'm reading this book called The Mastery of Self, and I realized that me wanting to be better was not solely out of unconditional love for myself, but it kind of was out of a state of being fearful. So if I don't lose weight, right? If I don't make more money, if I don't get in better shape, if I all these goals that we want to reach, right? It's nothing wrong with setting goals, but is it out of fear or is it out of love? So I myself had to say, Terry, it's good to want to be better, but recognize that I want to be better out of pure unconditional love for myself. The goals that I want to reach, I want to do it because I love me, right? And I want to share just a small snippet of what I read from the book that I think would also help you that are tuning in as well. And if you enjoy the small snippet, I would encourage you pick up the book. It's called The Mastery of Self. So let me get that pulled up here so we can go over it. All right. Okay. So it says a wonderful benefit of setting goals is that when you have unconditional love throughout the process, you'll find that a natural self confidence grows when you move along the path towards your goals achievement. This is a very different type of feeling of being, this is a different type of feeling when compared to pushing yourself from a state of fear. When you're striving to get better because you are afraid of failing. Striving to achieve from a place of fear or lack creates a personal dream clouded in negativity. Good morning, everybody. Good morning. And that's so true. Because myself, I've been particularly, wanting to be better health wise. I've been wanting to, you know, take my fitness more seriously, eat healthier, do better. And then oftentimes, what do? You are constantly stepping on the scale. You're constantly looking in the mirror, critiquing yourself. Oh, this could be better. I could lose more weight around my midsection. I could do all these various things. But it's like you have to look in the mirror as you are currently right now and love every inch of yourself because you're perfect exactly how you are. You are beautiful, you are wonderfully made. Everything about you as you currently are is it's perfect, right? But when you set a goal to want to be better, it's like I'm going to work out and I'm going to eat better because I love myself. Now, not out of fear of, oh goodness, everybody else is going to think, I'm completely out of shape, or you have this negative talk of yourself like, oh my gosh, I didn't work out as best as I could today. I usually work out an hour today. I only was able to work out 30 minutes today. I usually run for 5 miles today. I was only able to run 2 miles today. So then you beat yourself up. And that literally leads to a world of negativity, right? I made a video on my channel talking about like sometimes we literally are our own worst enemies. Our own worst enemies. Sometimes it doesn't even start from other people. It doesn't start from outside noise. Sometimes it's literally in here that you are your own worst enemy. So this video and this live literally is to encourage you to move in a sense of having unconditional love for yourself, particularly when it comes to setting goals. Now, read another snippet here from the book because it says, because your own self love is not predicated on any particular outcome, it's actually this love for life that is the true source of motivation to give your best effort. You're not looking at any outcome, right? But you're operating in a sense of unconditional love for myself. So I am going to give my best effort in doing so. As a result, you are now in control of each choice you make along the path. You are open to changing the goal if a change becomes necessary. And because you aren't judging yourself, when other people judge your progress or your abilities, you know that that is a reflection of their dream and not yours. That's a word. When I read that, oh my gosh, I was like, that is a word. That is a word because oftentimes many of us, we operate from a place of wanting to be better, out of a place of fear, out of a place of wanting to be accepted, out of a place of wanting to be recognized. But if you operate in love for yourself, unconditional love for yourself, unconditional love of wanting to be better, but separating yourself from the outcome, right? But I'm just going to do this to be better. Separating yourself from the outcome. What does that do? That has a result of building just momentum and consistency in itself, right? Because no longer do you feel like you've messed up anytime at any time. You're wanting to be better. It doesn't feel like you've messed up because you're operating out of a place of unconditional love. I'm currently doing the Eric Thomas 21-day challenge where I'm watching his lives every single morning, and it has been amazing. It has been truly life changing. And I don't know about you all, but I have noticed that there is a shift. There's about to be a shift in the world where people are going to realize, year 2025 particularly, people are going to realize that it's all about your own individual purpose. People will begin to design a life that they desire to live and that they truly deserve to live around your purpose. Each one of us have a particular purpose. Each one of us have a specific thing that we need to do. And the world is changing. And the sooner you wake up to realize that there's something already inside of me that's here, it might have been tucked away for some time. You may have tried to operate in your purpose. You may have failed as you think or had a minor setback. But I would encourage you going into year 2025 just to take the time to identify your thing. Take the time to identify your thing. I say it time and time again on my channel. You have a thing and do your thing. When you realize what your thing is, which is your purpose, if you don't know it yet, seek God, ask God, what is my purpose? What is it that I need to bring into the world? And how can I operate in that? And you already have everything you need to begin working on that, right? And once you realize what your thing is, once you have that self-identity, that self-authenticity, once you develop that self-confidence to say, this is who I am, this is what I'm going to do. Once you have your thing, what you need to do is you need to do it over and over and over and over and over again. Consistently. I made the mistake of thinking that, once you find your thing, once you've identified your thing, it's like greatness immediately, right? When technically you're already great, but in the natural, right? In the natural, when everybody recognizes and begins to catch on to what you've been doing, that in itself is going to take time. And guess what? We don't know how long it's going to take. We don't know if it's going to be 60 days. We don't know if it's going to be 6 months. We don't know if it's going to be a year. We don't know if it's going to be 5 years. We don't know if it's going to be 10 years. It's time for me becoming a mother, lifting my depression, help me see. That is amazing. I am so glad that you found your purpose, right? I'm glad that you found your purpose, and I'm glad that you are still here. I'm glad that you are still here. And I'm glad that you're able to realize what you're here for, what you're meant for. I want everyone to, to realize that definitely that each one of us have a purpose. Life can get hard. I'm not saying life cannot get hard. Things can come against you. But we definitely have to know that just keep putting one foot in front of the other. And I'm a strong believer that it all works out in the end. But as I was saying, as far as the timeline, right? So once you decide to operate in your purpose, the timeline. I got caught up in this thinking that it's supposed to be on my time. I'm doing everything right. Good morning. I'm doing everything right as I thought. I'm doing everything right. Why isn't it happening, God? Like you told me this is what I'm supposed to be doing. Now I'm doing it. Why is it not happening? What is going on? What am I doing wrong? There's absolutely nothing that you're doing wrong, which takes me back to the point of you have to have unconditional love for yourself. Separate yourself from the result and say, you know what? Once I find my thing, I'm going to do my thing because I love that thing. And I'm going to continue to do it consistently. Even if in the present right now, in the natural, you don't see anything moving. In the natural, you don't think it's moving, but it's working, it's moving. It's working, it's moving. And the thing is with you saying, I'm going to be consistent. I'm going to do this. I'm going to put my reps in. I don't know if I have to do it for an entire year. I don't know if I have to do the same thing for 5 years straight before I see in the natural that now my life has completely shifted. I am really living a life that I truly deserve to live, that I envision myself to live. I don't know how long it's going to take. And I realize that I don't have control over time. That's one thing I do not have control over time. I have control over my inputs, right? But I particularly do not have control over the timeline and what will manifest. as far as in the output. And me, when I separated the fact of, okay, Terry, release control over time. It's not my time. I'm going to submit to God's timing. Absolutely, it's divine timing. I had to. I don't know. I used to have this thing where I wanted a sense of control. Like I wanted everything to be as it is. Like I wanted the sense of control. But when it came to after me recognizing, identifying my purpose, and God telling me what it is I need to do, and me thinking that, okay, I've been doing this long enough, God. Like, where are you? Like, what's going on? I had to realize it's not Terry's time. My life can change tomorrow if it's God's will. Or my life can literally change within the next 5 years. But that's okay because I'm going to be consistent. I'm going to do my thing, which I'm so grateful that I recognize my thing. I'm going to do my thing. I'm going to do it. And I'm going to operate in love, unconditional love for myself, to show up each and every day, to do my thing, to encourage someone else to do your thing, to find your thing. Because year 2025 is going to be the year of self-purpose, really, transformation, finding what it is that you were created to do so you can reach the ultimate level of happiness and so you can absolutely leave your mark on the world. So here we are. We didn't go as long as we did yesterday we went over an hour because I was actually on here while I was working. But it's 9:55 a.m. Eastern time where I am. I gotta sign on to work in 5 minutes. But I enjoy coming on speaking with each and every one of you. I'm getting more comfortable with live too. I said yesterday that live was kind of my thing, that I was like, I don't know if I'm going to do live. But I stretch myself and I actually enjoy it. I actually enjoy coming on in the mornings just to spend some time with the tribe. And if you are not subscribed to the channel, if you enjoy the energy here, if you say, you know what, I want to have more unconditional love for myself. I want to identify my purpose. I really want to change my life. Definitely. That's one of the goals that I have in 2025. If that is you, I would highly appreciate it if you do consider subscribing to the channel. I want you to subscribe to the channel so you can join the Terry Shire Catching a Major Vibe, y'all, because we'll be coming back with another video or live. Bye.